The Lighthouse in Logan Bay. The fog of life. Ellie Dawson was 16 and restless. Living in a small coastal town called Logan Bay, Washington, meant gray skies, sleepy diners, and a cell signal that barely worked. She dreamed of city lights, music festivals, and people who didn't say, "Bless your heart," every time they were mad at you. Most of her time was spent scrolling through social media and sighing at her bedroom ceiling. Her grades were okay, her friends were few, and nothing felt exciting anymore. One rainy afternoon, her mom handed her an envelope. "Community service hours," she said. "You need them to graduate." Ellie rolled her eyes. "Doing what?" "The Lighthouse project starts Saturday." "Great." The old lighthouse, probably haunted, a beacon of dust. Saturday morning was foggy, cold, and way too early. Ellie climbed the hill to the weather-beaten Logan Bay Lighthouse. It hadn't been used in years, and now was being restored as a historical site. She was greeted by a man in his 70s, Mr. Howard, the last lighthouse keeper before automation shut it down. "I thought they were sending a crew," he said. "They did," Ellie muttered. "I'm the crew." And so it began days of scraping paint, hauling boxes, and listening to Mr. Howard's stories. He talked about ships and storms, the first light he lit as a young man, and the night he stayed up 48 hours to keep the beam on during a power outage. Ellie thought it was boring at first, but she kept showing up. The light turns on. Over the week, something shifted. The fog still hung low over the coast, but Ellie didn't mind as much. She started asking Mr. Howard questions. She learned about how lighthouses were symbols of guidance, how one light could keep a whole crew alive. She found herself painting with more care, repairing wood with pride. One day, she even brought her own music and played it while they worked. Mr. Howard smiled. "You know, when you started, you looked like a girl who was lost." Ellie paused. "And now?" "Now you look like someone who wants to be found." The light in her hands. The final day of the project came. The inside was clean, the lens was polished, and the light, after 2 decades, was ready to shine again. "Want to do the honors?" Mr. Howard asked, handing Ellie the switch. With one click, the old lighthouse hummed to life. A slow, sweeping beam cut through the fog. They stood in silence. "It's beautiful," Ellie whispered. "You brought it back to life," he said. "Sometimes, the best way to feel whole again is to restore something else, a light that lasts." Ellie wrote her final senior essay on the importance of the lighthouse. She didn't mean the building. She meant Mr. Howard. She meant herself. Years later, she came back with her own kids, walking up the hill, smiling at the light that still turned every night over Logan Bay. And somewhere inside, a part of her would always remember. Helping someone else can shine a light on the parts of yourself you didn't know were still there. Moral of the story: sometimes, the best way to find yourself is to help someone else.